Hey there, I'm Drew Badger, the world's #1 English fluency guide and the co-founder of EnglishAnyone.com. It's a pleasure to welcome you to a brand new YouTube video series called Speak Like Me. For a really long time, people have been telling me that they've enjoyed the sound of my voice and that they also want to sound like a native speaker. So I figured I would just teach a series of videos that would help you sound more native and sound like me. So if you want to speak like a native speaker, it's really a fantastic idea to model the way you speak or to mimic the way somebody speaks, a specific speaker. So if you enjoy the sound of my voice and you really want to speak like me and actually have people enjoy listening to you so you sound clear and you can really express yourself confidently, this will be the perfect video series for you. What we'll be doing is focusing on one phrase for each lesson. They will all be pretty short, but I think you will really enjoy them and learn maybe a little bit more with each lesson about how to sound more native. So in this lesson, what I'd like to do is talk about the phrase, where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. This phrase or this expression, in addition to the other ones we'll be covering in this video series, will be helping you sound really native, not just the way you sound, but also the words that you use. So where there's a will, there's a way means that if there's a certain desire that you have, there's a way of speaking or there's a way of achieving something. If you have the strong desire to achieve that thing, you will find the path to help you do that. So the opposite would be if you really don't care about something, then you will probably not achieve that thing. So especially the times when you're speaking with someone and they're feeling kind of bad, like maybe they failed to do something they wanted to do, like they didn't pass their test, or they didn't get into a certain college, or they didn't get this, or didn't do this other thing. Maybe they're a little bit disappointed about that. You can remind them, hey, where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. So you're being supportive of that person and you're just using this whole phrase. You don't need a whole long conversation. This is just one phrase you can use in that situation where you want to support someone and help them sound more positive or help them get more positive about that thing. So where there's a will, there's a way. Now we're going to talk about how to actually express it in a really native and smooth way. So when I'm teaching something like this, where there's a will, there's a way. So there is a way. So if you have a strong desire, there is a way of accomplishing that or a path to accomplishing that. Where there's a will, there's a way. But I don't want you to sound the words individually. Where there is a will, there is a way. I want you to blend the sounds of your words. That way it really sounds native and it sounds smooth and people will listen to you much more because you're speaking much more confidently. So in this case, where there's a will, there's a way. Just listen to it a few times. You don't have to practice speaking with me. Just listen to the sound of my voice. Where there's a will, there's a way. 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 If you speak it like that, it becomes almost hypnotic. So hypnotizing someone, it's like that, like that kind of thing. Where there's a will, there's a way. You want to inspire somebody with this phrase. Where there's a will, there's a way. Now listen carefully to how it blends. Where there's a will. Where there's a will. So we don't say where there's a will. We say where there's a will. Where there's a will. Where there's a will. But we've also got the same thing again in the second part of the phrase. Where there's a will, there's a way. There's a way. There's a way. The blending of your sounds is what's really going to help you sound much more like a native speaker. Listen carefully. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Now, as I try speaking it, I'd like you not to repeat after me, but speak along with me. I'll try to go slowly. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Even if you're speaking more slowly, you can still blend the sounds of your words together and sound much more native. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. You'll probably have to watch this lesson video many times to really get that. But again, instead of trying to sound native, Focus on modeling one person, like the sound of my voice, and focus on modeling specific phrases because each of these, as you learn more of them, it will help you build much more speaking confidence. Well, I really hope you've enjoyed this new video series. Feel free to like it. Actually, do in fact give it a like if you enjoy this and you think this is a great idea, and I will make more of them. To continue learning, I also have a free guide that teaches the 3 most important parts of conversational English that you must learn if you want to become a conversational speaker. So if you want to sound native, speak like a native speaker, there's a lot more to learn, and I'd love to share it with you in a brand new guide I've made that's absolutely free. So you can click on the link in this video or in the description below this video to get this guide called Speak English Naturally. I look forward to seeing you in this free guide, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.